fight for the relegation. Oh, what a moment that is! Just Tottenham last night. They got a result, but got kicked out of the UCL. Now for me, that's just another push for them to stay up because they've got nothing else to rely on. They've got nothing else to look.
I'm genuinely not confident going into it, and the fact is that we just cannot score. I don't know if you've seen the stats, but I think we've had 100 shots at home and only one goal's gone in.
You got this.
A sneaky.
Oh, Robin Hood, hit your bow and arrow out.
It'll be a sneaky, horrible one.
TG, man, that shit go crazy.
Took my time and got it right.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching around the world. This is one Fan Talk, and today is a special one today because we're continuing the fight for the relegation. Oh, what a moment that is! Just as we open up the show, Forrest now 2-0 up in their game. It's Michelin. Oh, see what I mean? And what a goal that was as well. Yeah. What a goal that was by Yates. Brilliant. I mean, what a way to open the show. Look, I told you, I was like, we'll get some live reaction out of this.
You was doing the intro.
Hello. But listen, mate, how you been, mate? How you been? Obviously, a lot better now you've seen that.
I feel sad now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just want to talk about quickly, just when we get into it now, because obviously you're going through you're obviously going like a roller coaster of emotions at the moment. You're doing all right in Europe, and then you're looking at the league, and it's like, oh, you're back to square one again. And we was meant to do a video like a couple of weeks back about Victor Piera. What's kind of happened? Like, is it kind of just the same nonsense as before? And because he got appointed on the 15th of February, by the way. So he's had one win, which was against Fenerbahce in the league, in the Europa League, and then you've just had loss against Liverpool. Okay, you lost against Fenerbahce in the second leg, but you went through on aggregate. Because that was the knockout stages. You lost to Brighton. You drew to City, which we'll get into in a moment. Crucial point there. And then obviously you lost to Mitchell in the first leg of this round of 16, and now you're back in it again. So, and then you obviously drew to Fulham. So what's it been like? Like, being a fan, looking on it with a new manager and being in that relegation zone, like kind of battle.
It's honestly, it's been the worst roller coaster I've ever been on. Especially when we first started out the season, and we had Nuno and obviously the season that we had before, and we was going into it from such a big high, and then he got kicked out, and then Posty come in, and then that was just a train crash. And then, to be fair, I thought Daesh was doing all right, but I just wasn't liking his style of football. I was so bored watching it. And then when they sacked him, it was that like, well, I'm not bothered, but I am a little bit, you know what I mean? But then they brought obviously Piera in, and I was like, you've hired somebody who in Wolves' first, I think it was like 10, 11 games, lost every single one, and that's why they're in the position that they are now. But then you get obviously everyone who reminds you going, well, last season when they brought him in, he got 6 wins on the bounce, and here we are a month later, and I'm going, where's our 6 wins on the bounce? It's not happened yet.
Yeah, and you kind of look at it with United as well. They're obviously in a far better position at the moment, and so they should be with the team that they have. But I mean, when they get a new manager, they out of nowhere they beat us, they beat City, they beat they were going out pulling out results they were going for a title run, and yeah, you kind. I mean, Tottenham. You've kind of been. You've in a sense you've been graced by Tottenham's new appointment because he's not been great.
No.
So he's like been trying to. He's kind of even brought them back even further into the relegation battle, if anything, than Thomas Frank did. And then he's given you a bit of leeway to try, and you've picked up, like we say, a couple of points against some teams like Fulham and City as well on the way. That City game, that is a crucial point for you. I mean, I was just talking to a West Ham fan yesterday, and I said them drawing against City was a crucial point for them and us, and vice versa with you. So
Yeah.
you must have been, over the moon with that as well.
I was gobsmacked to be honest, because I'm very, very surprised they didn't get given that penalty. Really surprised at that. I don't know if you saw the replays of it, but
Mm.
um,
And the ball off the line as well, like right at the dying end of the game, like
Murillo is unbelievable. I think he's done that about. He's been with us for about 2 or 3 years, and I think he's done it about 8 or 9 times.
yeah,
He's unbelievable. Um, no, it's just been an absolute whirl. But like you say about the Man City match, I at the start of that game, I went into it going, we're going to get spanked about 5-0, and then that's obviously because we've got a better goal difference than West Ham, and I thought that's just going to bring us a lot closer to their goal difference. You know what I mean? But obviously we kept it evens, luckily. And then I was thinking, but then the worst thing is looking at what other people's got and looking at what matches they've got. And I looked at West Ham and I was like, oh, they've got Man City coming up. They're going to get spanked. And they didn't. And you go, what's going on?
yeah. I mean, so tight now, isn't it? I mean, you got Leeds, Tottenham, yourselves, and West Ham. You might be able to bring Burnley into it, but they're 9 points off. That's quite still. They've got to start picking up points there. But between you four, I mean, anything can happen. Leeds could drop down into that form. Do you know what I mean? It's what you want to see, I suppose. It's coming towards the end of a season. A bit of drama, a bit of electricity down at the bottom, trying to stay up. Everyone's battling. Obviously, Tottenham last night they got a result, but got kicked out of the UCL. Now for me, that's just another push for them to stay up because they've
Yeah.
got nothing else to rely on. They've got nothing else to look onto. Yous having Europe, that probably does come into play a little bit more now. That you've got more games to play still. But it's looking good. This is going to boost your morale, by the way, going through this.
See, this is what I was thinking last night when I was thinking about the Tottenham game. And I was like, what do I want to happen with them? Do I want them to have a massive win and stay in the Champions League? Excuse me, and stay in the Champions League and then continue being knackered throughout the rest of the season,
Yeah.
or at least a couple more games? Or do I want them to lose and obviously their morale just falls through the floor? But obviously the thing is, they still won, but obviously still got kicked out of
Yeah.
the Champions League. And it's like, is that, like you just said then, is that now boosted them a little bit, that little win? But
Because that just shows that they've got still maybe a little bit in the tank to push forward a little bit more. Like, right, okay, guys, look, we're down here. It could be 7, whatever it is, or whatever. What did it end up on last night? 7-4, was it? 7-4 in aggregate?
yeah.
And they kept scoring a couple of goals and that, yeah, and then they were trying to get themselves back into it, but it got to that time of the game where it's pointless. But they're obviously looking at that, coming out of that game saying, we won that game though, we won, but we got kicked out on aggregate. But at the same time, this is what we've got to do. They've got to play U's next. What's your thoughts on that? Because I mean, both teams both playing similar styles of football. It's not really like the greatest, is it? I mean, we're going to
I'm
see probably like low blocks, sitting back. Do you know what I mean?
I'm genuinely not confident going into it, and the fact is that we just cannot score. I don't know if you've seen the stats, but I think we've had 100 shots at home, and only one goal's gone in.
That's crazy, that, isn't it?
That's not
Yeah,
including the away games as well, but 100
yeah.
shots, one goal. And then obviously I've got people at work giving me like ripping me a bit, and they're saying, "Hey, you're missing Chris Wood," and it's like, "Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for stating the obvious. Like
Yeah,
we are.
sound.
Yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22 around that area at the moment. I don't know. You haven't got to play West Ham again, have you?
No, they're done. Wolves are done. Um,
Leeds.
I think we've got another one with Leeds. But good thing is they're on a bit of a stinker at the minute.
Yeah, I think you might be actually. Yeah, no, you don't have to play Leeds, but West Ham and Leeds still have to play. Um,
I'm really hoping that it doesn't come down to the wire because our last
that's
game,
why I think I've got a feeling it might. I've got a feeling it might come down right to the last stage. I mean, it'd be brilliant if it did from an
no, it
outside
wouldn't.
point of view. No,
No, it
no,
wouldn't
yeah.
because it wouldn't because we've got Bournemouth and we've not won against Bournemouth since like 2012. So no, let's not do that.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's but things can turn around. Do you know what I mean? Do you have faith in your club?
Always, yeah.
And is it faith as in up here, or is it faith in here? It's totally two different things, isn't it? Like like it's a heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your head's completely saying something different. Like, oh, it's going to be bad news here. But I mean, West Ham, they don't look that great either. To be fair, like, come on, let's say it outright. They
Disagree.
had a bit of fight against City, like you did, but
They're like 7 games. I think they've what they've got out of the last seven. Is it like 9 points or something like that? 8 points.
yeah, yeah,
It's a lot more than us. I think our last 5 games we've got 4, 5 points. It's not the best. I don't think it's that even. I think we've only got about three.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's well, it's just I think now it's hard to tell. Like with the fact that well, like, let's just have a quick like gander of what like you've got to face. So obviously Tottenham, massive game that plays out in this little role here.
Yeah,
Villa have fallen off form, but then that's kind of like a Midlands derby in itself. So you can go into that game. You got to play Burnley as well. Yeah, they're not great games really to go into.
see, Burnley's picking up a bit as well. They've had
Yeah,
a couple like unsuspected draws here and there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
In a weird way,
Sunderland,
I'm glad we
they've
ain't got
dropped off
Wolves
as well,
because
haven't
Wolves.
they? What's that?
I says I'm glad. I'm really glad we ain't got Wolves because they've picked up.
Yeah, 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 exactly. And just coming to the end part of your season, like so you got Sunderland, yeah, it's draws and stuff like there. I don't know. You got to play Chelsea away, Newcastle, Manchester United, who are on form at the moment.
Man U's
Um,
killing.
yeah, and then like you say, Bournemouth at the end of the season. So you've just got to. I think you've just got to start praying, didn't you, a little bit.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't. I seriously don't see Tottenham going down. I don't think they're that club to fall off that much.
I don't. I
Um,
don't. I don't think they are. It would be mad if they did. It'd be insane if they did.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. What was your like? Obviously, because out of the run that you've had, like going back, he's only had. Well, this will be his second win being appointed manager.
Mhm.
What's actually still not there then? What's wrong? Why are we not picking up points here?
Striker instinct. We ain't got it.
Not
We've not
nothing
got.
at all.
We've got no one up front that's got that striker instinct. That Jesus, I like him, but I just think that I keep saying if it's Woods, last season obviously Woods was absolutely I think it was like top three best striker in the Premier League, and everyone's going, yeah, but he don't do worldies. Yeah, but he puts goals in though, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if
Yeah,
he don't do worldies. He knows where to be at the right time to bang headers in, and the amount of time I think we've had so many goals as well been chalked off for offside because these players just haven't got that instinct of when to go or when to hold back and stuff like that. But Woods there
yeah,
was just there all the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There are certain factors that you are missing, but even looking at this game now, you're doing well. I've not even seen the lineup, but if you got up front,
That Luca, that oh, he brought Murillo and Gibbs White on. Why? I thought he'd be benching them and saving them. But,
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah,
Yates is on form, you know.
yeah.
Um,
But
I mean,
when I saw the final, I thought you're
McAtee's on form.
yeah. But I saw this lineup, I thought you've put this team out to lose because the ones that were on the pitch at the start were the ones that's not been performing, and then all of a sudden, like a bull in a china shop, we're just going mad.
I mean, I suppose like it's been an interesting game for you. Yeah, you lost away. No, so you lost at home to them.
Yeah, we lost at home. This is the second time this season we've lost at home to them. The first Europa game at the City
Was in the
Ground.
league phase, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was against Midtjylland, and I went because I was like first game of the season at Europe at the City Ground, buzzing, and then we got they just was all over us.
What is it about the home form and Forest though? At the moment, you can't seem to be digging out wins at home. I
No,
mean,
the last
the
season,
Liverpool. Okay, you'd think okay, that's it's Liverpool. You know,
Mm.
yeah, I know you've picked out results from them before. Did you get a win against them earlier on in the league, or you did, didn't you?
3-1, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mm.
So but it's just your home form. It seems to be all over the place.
The City Ground was the fortress last season and the season before.
Yeah, it was. It completely was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. And I don't know what's happened here. Why it's gone so flat. It baffles me.
It's a lot of the fans are saying about poor recruitment, and you look at some of the players that were brought in, and obviously in the summer transfer, you was like, yeah, he looks tasty, he looks good, but and then now they're all blaming that Edu, and that's why Marinakis is banned him from going anywhere near the training ground now. So I think he's on his
At
way out.
Marinakis, mate. Can we have just a quick word about him? What is that? What is his deal? What
He
is his
don't
deal? Come on. Is
he
he?
don't care.
He thinks he's some mafia warlord. He's like
Oh
telling
no,
people what they can and can't do.
Michelin's just scored.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's on. It's on. I'm a bit behind you, but
Was
but was
aggregate.
that from a long throw in? Yeah.
Mm.
Huh? Was that from a long throw in?
I think so.
What?
I just saw it.
Let's have a
Yeah,
look here.
aggregate's 2-0 now.
Oh no, it was a long throw in. I'm well behind. And obviously the ball goes back in play. Back to the centre half, cross it back over to the left. And he's gonna whip it in. Header, rebound. Yeah, and that's the defender's fault to be fair. It's come off the defender and it's a rebound and it off the defender. There's nothing
Yeah.
you can really do there. He's stopped
This
in
will be
time,
a
innit?
thing now going into extra time, this will, or unless we get absolutely spanked now.
Well, this could actually turn things around for you. You know, like literally,
Yeah.
like what we just said about Tottenham being out of Europe could give him a boost to like stay up. So I
Yeah,
know you'd want a cup and you've been in the Championship before, but you'd rather stay up in the Premier League, wouldn't you?
absolutely. Oh, give me the choice now. I'm picking the Prem.
Two good goals, to be fair. Like I mean, but that's the defender's fault. It might have gone back to VAR. To be fair, comes off his arm, didn't it? A bit.
Mm. That being
But
so, going back on that, did you notice the Liverpool? If you watch any of the highlights from Forest Liverpool?
I didn't. No. I didn't watch it. I don't know if I watched it. I was that far away. Me and you always say that we're going to do a video. We always like miss it. We almost missed this one.
Um, but no, obviously I thought we done really well, and then the last couple of minutes added time. So there was they scored twice in extra time, added time rather, and the first one got chalked off by VAR. McAllister.
Yeah.
It hit the back of his elbow and then went in. And even I was
Oh,
watching
that's
it.
right. Yes, I remember now. They got a late winner, didn't they?
Yeah,
In the
so
97th minute.
we went to clear it. It hit the back of McAllister's elbow and went in. And I went, you know what? That's going to stay on that because he turned his back. Yes, it has hit his elbow, but he's not looking. He's not gone like that with his elbow. It's gonna stay. And then it didn't, and I went, okay, so this is going to be a draw then. And then they got another goal, which still went to VAR, and it was miles offside, and they gave it, and I went,
Yeah.
well, I'm looking at things backwards.
Yeah. VAR's been terrible this season. It's been awful. Really, yeah, it really has been awful. You know, it's I was watching. Was it the Arsenal game the other day where there was an offside, and I was and they it took them 3 seconds to check it, and I was going, or was it the it was the Arsenal game, yeah. Took them 3 seconds or something to check it, and they were like, "How are they checking that in 3 seconds? How are they like, it was offside or something like that? Like there was no like debate about it or anything. They just like, no, like, carry on. Like what? Other times they want to add like when they want to add like 9 minutes on, we'll go over to the screen, we'll do this, and we'll have a little huddle, we'll have a little talk and talk like when it suits them. I think it's when it suits them. I really do.
Yeah. While we are talking about Arsenal's goals, can we please talk about Eze's absolute screamer? Because that was unreal.
Yeah, it was out of this world, wasn't it? It was a good touch, wasn't it? Good touch, and then on the turn, smack. Yeah, he needs that uplift. He does need that uplift. He's obviously going off record here, but the criticism he's had through this season because of he's not been getting much game time and that. But he did the job at Tottenham's ground. He did the job at the Emirates for us when it mattered. And them games are the biggest games for us, and he turned up in them. And Champions League as well. He's had a couple. Do you know what I mean? So he's I like to see it. You like to see when players they get criticised and then they throw it back at them. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is what I can do. You can see all the players on the pitch as well around him just going like all the hands on their head, like what's going on here? But yeah, no, it's good. It's exactly probably what Forest need right now. They need like a bit of an oomph with this. I always used to rate Jesus. I thought he was a good player for Forest.
Well, in the Prem, he's only scored 2 goals. Keep in mind,
that's crazy.
Near enough, he's played every single match. He didn't play the first. He didn't play the first 2 because Woodsy wasn't injured, and so Chris Wood, even though he's played, I think 2 games in the Premier League, and Jesus has played like 28 or whatever it is, they've both got the same amount of goals.
That's mad. That's mad. Who's your top goal scorer right now? Is it Thingy?
Woods, he's our top goal scorer, yeah.
And he's out. Yeah, it's great. Oh man, you don't want that though, do you? You need. This is the time where you do need him. You really do need him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried for you, to be fair. I mean, I hope you go out on Sunday and do the business. I really do.
Can't imagine why.
Well, no, I can't either. I've just got a soft spot for Forest.
Yeah.
Donut will be listening to that and he'd clip that. Donut, he'd be like, clip that. You've got a soft spot for us, have you?
Do you remember last time we had this conversation was on your show, and it was just before we played Tottenham, and you went, you're going to spank Tottenham back 3-4-5-0, and I went, no, don't be daft, because it was like near the start of the season, and then we won 3-1, 3-0, and I just messaged you with those eyes going.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Was that this season?
That was this season, yeah.
Did you lose against them this season?
No, we won 3-1.
We did, yeah. Sorry, yes, it was this season, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you won 2-1. Sorry.
Was it 2-1? Sorry.
3-0. You won 3-0. Sorry, you won 3-0 against them at home.
Yeah.
So look, Tottenham.
With those eyes,
are you worried? Are you worried? I'm looking at that stat now. You've had a good result. You know what? You're running with games against them in the last 3 games. You beat them 1-0 back in 2024, December 26th. They got a red card. You beat them on April the same season again. So back to back wins against them, away at home and away. And you beat them 2-1, and then you beat them 3-0 in December. So you're kind of like a bogey team for them, really.
Yeah.
You are. And you know what, the Tottenham fan that comes on, Johnny, he don't like Forest now. He don't like Forest because he don't like Forest because the donut. He can't stand donut. Like,
Why?
yeah, well, being a Forest fan, you probably can understand why as well.
Yeah.
But donut goes hard. Do you know what I mean? He goes hard.
Yeah.
But no, I think it'll be a tasty game this Sunday. I really do.
Massively tasty.
You know, would you be happy with a draw?
No.
No,
No.
nothing less than a win. Yeah,
No. Got to be a win.
it's got to be a win. I mean, yeah. I mean, looking at that,
As well.
if you look at that and you beat them, you whack them down to 17th. Considering how West Ham get on as well, they could get knocked down into 18th. So
Who's West Ham got? I can't remember.
West Ham have got Aston Villa away. Tricky game.
There.
Very tricky game. But who knows? Look, we said that against City with West Ham. They managed to get a draw. Same with you. Everyone thought that you were going to lay on your back and do nothing. But little did we know, you got a result out of it.
Yeah.
And I think you can probably get. I think you'd probably be out. The minimum you can get is a draw here because I don't know. I can't see you getting a win. I can't. But then I can't see Tottenham getting a win. I think both teams are going to be too worried about conceding and just being in the position that you're in.
You know this whole saying when people go, they've lost the room, and like the managers have lost the room at the change room or whatever it is. Me going like thinking as a player's mindset, and you're close to the bottom. Would you purposely play awful just because you don't like the manager at the risk of being known as a player that got sent down? You know what I mean? I don't get it. I really don't. Does that make sense, what I said?
Say it again. I nearly had a stroke listening to that, mate.
So you're let me rephrase it. So as a player, say you're a football player and you're
Yeah.
not happy with the manager for whatever reason.
So I'm messy, yeah.
Would you purposely play awful just to obviously get the manager out, but knowing full well that you're fighting relegation and could be classed as a player that got sent down?
I had the same talk, right? I had the same talk with Johnny about Van der Ven because he's been awful, and it looks like with Frank with Tudor now. I've seen videos of him not even paying attention to what the manager's saying or looking at the manager like just like a gormless look, as if like I don't really care. This is probably the one thing that with Forest that you've got to look on and think, yeah, there is cracks. There is cracks there, like, you know. And yeah, do you think that is what's happening at Forest then? Do you think that they're not playing for the manager or?
I think there wasn't with Postecoglou at all because obviously they all had that tight knit with Nuno. And then when they got rid of Postecoglou and they brought in Daesh, was it that stage of all right? Well,
What happened to Daesh, by the way? But
I'm not there.
I'm not. I'm so confused with it all. I really am. Like, let me just have a quick look here because is it because of the results or?
Well, his last game was against Wolves and we drew.
His last game was against Wolves. He drew.
Yeah.
You lost against Leeds with him. You drew against Palace. You had a guy sent off as well.
Yeah. Nico Williams pretended to be a goalkeeper.
You won 4-0 in the Europa League with him. You beat Brentford. He drew with us, by the way. Drew with us. What was? Yeah, what? Why? I don't understand. You were getting quite a few results there. To be fair, it wasn't all bad.
Nothing's come out to say what, but apparently after the Wolves game, apparently Marinakis got some of the senior players like Yatesy, Gibbs, White, and obviously took him to a room and says, "What do you?" This is obviously a legend. Said, "What do you want me to do?" And they must have gone, "Fuck him off," basically.
Well, yeah, wow. I mean, it just when I seen it, I didn't even
Is
know
that
about it. And I
true?
seen it pop on the news, and I'd messaged you straight away, didn't I? I was like, mate, you need to have a look at this. What was going on here? And you was like, I know, James, I know. We was meant to do a video on it, but like, I was gobsmacked. I was going, what's happened? What's so bad?
Pure madness. It is absolutely
You've
madness.
gone further down in anything.
Yeah. For me, if you're an owner and you're putting that on the players' laps to say, what decision should I make? If that's true, that's mad, in it.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. Just before we leave the show because time is running out, we're gonna go through your predictions for the next couple of games.
Don't do
Yeah,
this
you
because
love this
I'm always
part.
wrong.
You
I
love
don't.
doing
Every
this.
time you've done this, I've been wrong.
Listen, right, Tom,
Yeah.
come on the show, right? You've scored 2 goals, right? You've scored a goal while I've been on the show, all right? Okay,
What's
so
a confusing one?
yeah, we can't win. I was trying to big myself up there and be like, yeah, I'm good luck. But look, we're gonna do some predictions, okay? So obviously the big one on Sunday. Big one on Sunday. Come on, you Forest! Come on, you Forest! Come on! Oh, look at him! What- You got this! You got this!
A
Come
sneaky,
on, Robin
horrible.
Hood! Get your bow and arrow out.
It'll be a sneaky, horrible 1-0 to Forest.
1-0 to Forest. He's gone for it. He's gone for it. Okay, then, right. So that puts you above. That puts you above Tottenham. Okay,
Mhm,
so far, all right. Considering how the West Ham game goes as well.
mhm.
Well, I think you'd still be above them on goal difference anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. Um, so next game, home to Villa.
I think Villa do us 2-0, 3-0.
I know you guys, right? Like you come on the show. Like, I heard the West Ham guy come on. We've had Tottenham guy come on. You come on. You're not all confident.
Do
You know?
you just interview relegation teams?
It makes me feel better about myself not having to think about the title race.
Yeah.
They're not getting worried about like Sunday's cup final. But so basically, right? Yeah. So you're gonna go for you. You're not gonna win.
Villa, I can't see it. No.
How many do you reckon you're gonna lose by?
2-3 0.
2-3-0. Jesus Christ. Things are bad, aren't they?
To Villa, absolutely.
All right then, mate. All right, you got a nice tasty one up next. Burnley at home,
Oh, I think we'll win that 2-0.
2-0. And
2-1.
Sunderland
2-1.
2-1. 2-1 Burnley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1 Burnley.
No. 2-1 Forest.
Sunderland
Is that a City ground or stadium or that?
Stadium, right?
Another cheeky 1-0. Oh, we've just nearly scored.
And well, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that because the Chelsea game that you play has to be decided because of obviously because of this. So we
Yeah.
won't know when you play. So that actually could fall into your hands pretty nicely because you'll have a game. You have a game in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, or is that because they're playing in the cup, in the FA Cup? Could be the FA Cup
It won't be
because
champions.
it'd be a weekend, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That should be a weekend, huh?
They got kicked out. Was it last night or the night before? Chelsea.
No, that was the Champions League, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they won't
They've
be in that
got Who have they got? Is it Port Vale or something like that in the?
I can't remember.
They got an easy team anyway in the FA Cup. So it could be because of that, because it's a weekend game. They play FA Cup on the weekend, so that's played into your hands. Though, to be fair, if it's to be decided, you could have a game in hand over everyone else.
People say about having games in. I'd rather have the points. I'd rather
Yeah.
have the points. And,
Well, then, mind you, though, everyone. No, because then I don't know how this is though, because actually it's saying to be decided for the end of the season for Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, Bournemouth. Is that because it's at the end of the season? Oh, it's because of all the cup games. They've got to squeeze them all in, haven't they? So they've got to figure out when it's all going to be, when they're going to play the league games.
yeah.
So obviously, because we're getting to the later stages. So, but we'll get round to that anyway, and then we'll stick with the 4 games there. So out of them 4 games, you've gone for, is it 3 wins? Did you win against Sunderland?
Yeah, cheeky 1-0.
1-0. So you've got 9 points on the board.
With that, with those 3 wins, I'd say we stay up.
9 points there on the board. And if you beat Tottenham, oh dearie me, dearie me, it's going to be a long summer for them, mate. Trust me.
Yeah.
And they've still got to play Chelsea as well. They could get relegated by Chelsea. That's mad.
If we beat Tottenham, that's Igor sacked.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that he should have been sacked ages ago. To be fair, like it's even though they got a win last night and they got kicked out of the UCL, I wouldn't think that's acceptable considering where they are. Do you know what I mean? If I was a Tottenham supporter, wouldn't want to be one, but if I was, like I would want him gone. You know, it's as simple as that, isn't it? Yeah. You know the little bleep thing, like beep.
Yeah, you can't have that. You can't be saying that out loud.
But listen, Tom, thank you very much for coming on, mate. It's been a pleasure. We got to see some goals while we did it as well, so a bit of a live reaction.
Yeah.
And then if you could just send me a video of you crying after if it was they score again, I'll put it in the edit.
No, cheers, mate. Yeah, sounds like that. But for the intro, I want fireworks and banners and confetti.
Yeah. Tottenham going down. But listen, Tom, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Always a pleasure to have you on. Very good friend of mine as well, and it's nice to speak to you every once in a while. And we shall see you again for another episode of One Fan Talk, where you can find Tom talking about his beloved club once again towards the end of the season and see if they're going to stay up. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video, and we shall see you once again. Peace!